want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Week Ahead. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Sunday, July the 15th, 2012, about 4:30 p.m. Eastern, a little bit later. No major news over the weekend. Obviously, Friday's action. Market rally. Closing the week freaking strong. I guess, QE3's coming. Things aren't as bad as we think. Well, we're going to get a good look at that this week. We have a litany of data coming from the U.S., retail sales, Philly Fed, Empire Manufacturing. These are all big indicators. And remember, they plunged last week. Philly Fed was negative 17, for crying out loud. And they're not even calling for a major, back to positive number. They're still calling for a negative number. Amazing. These economists really just put it on the line, don't they? Bank of Canada, Bernanke talking. We got Citibank earnings tomorrow. I think part of the reason why the market really rallied on Friday was Wells Fargo and J.P. Morgan. And the housing market. Obviously, if the housing market's doing better, earnings are going to do better for the banks. And I think, you start talking about that group in the S&P outperforming, getting a run. Let me tell you, this market will explode. You've already had the McDonald's, Walmarts of the world exploding, right? Making new highs. But you've had the S&P financial sector just getting still. Terrible. So you get any major rally in the S&P financial section, and you could be talking over 1,400. I'm not buying it. I don't think we're going to get there. I think we're going to fail at this channel line. I could see us ripping through 1,400 intraday and closing below this line. But I do think that you're starting to hear a little bit, the earnings weren't so bad. You're starting to hear, the numbers are going to maybe get a little better. What, you think Thursday's number was a start of a change in trend? Give me a break. But I think Bernanke's testimony and Mervyn King, I believe that's on Tuesdays, and Wednesday, Bernanke's 2 days, I think that's going to be a big one for the week. Let's see how dire he thinks the situation is. And maybe points the finger towards August. Jackson Hole. But they're not going to be able to plug it. Not this time. Drought situation in the United States, still not good. News over the weekend, we had plenty of it. I think one of the reasons why the euro's gapping up a little bit here. And again, the S&P again, we take out this level, gone. We close strongly above it, gone. So I'm a bear. I'm not buying into this. I think we double top. I think we roll over. But remember, as I said last week, we came in. But I just think we got to hit this channel line. We got to hit that. As gorgeous as this is, should we get above this, 1365 level, 1363, bullish engulfing to the moon. But I do think Citibank earnings tomorrow could put a damper on things. So if we're gapping up huge, I don't think Citi's going to deliver. If they do, this market could be up another 200 points. I mean, you get the financial sectors going. Citibank is still $2.50 for crying out loud. $2.70. Excuse me. Still way off the $50 that Kramer told us to buy it. Right? But we do have the euro gapping up. So again, do I think we fail? Yes. But hey, it just needs better entry points. I think the market also is rallying towards this July 19th deadline. The German vote. Merkel comments over the weekend I thought were very interesting. Basically saying this is not happening. No deal unless we get austerity. So no deal. And to think it's going to pass without it, without fiscal discipline, you're nuts. So for the euro bullish case, that's pretty good. And you look at this, weekly chart. Hey, it came back enough for a little bit of a doji. We get above 123, we could have a little pop on our hands here. I mean, listen, the euro has come down a long way. So many people are bearish on it. I mean, so everyone's bearish on this thing. But you know what? Just because we didn't hit it doesn't mean we're not going to eventually. Just like the S&P one, channel line. But in looking at this, again, I think we could easily pop, but I think we sell off going into the weekend on the German vote. Even it's a sell in the news event if the euro rallies into it. Big deal. There needs to be a fiscal union. And, the other thing that was mentioned over the weekend, talking about how, and this happened the last time with the LTRO, the market didn't really realize how big it was, how significant it was. And a lot of the reports you're reading from the finance ministers in Europe is basically telling us that this was pretty significant. It's set in place for a fiscal union and to have one bank overseer, regulator. I'm not even going to bother with Euro Swiss. Maybe they're right. Maybe this was more of a big deal. And we don't see much bad news coming out. No one's running out of money. There isn't any revolution in the street plan this week. There's nothing on the radar, barring something happen in Syria. Obviously, Syria, major news just today. Major defections from big-time generals in his main headquarters, in his compound, which is the compound. That goes, it's all over. And especially one of the generals in charge of WMD, which we know they have a ton of. So, big week. Could be a big week in Syria. It's the only wild card. But from a macro standpoint, looks like bad numbers. Hey, QE3 will be in the bag. Good numbers, things aren't so bad. So it's almost like the numbers. Obviously, Bank of Canada is important. The numbers really could get the market going up either way. You can make a case. As long as your yen does not touch this 96.50, it looks like it found a bottom. Maybe. We're going to take our previous week low, 96.50, big spot. But you look at it across the board. Just blood in the street. Euro Kiwi. I think we're coming to an end, but I think, again, you need the stock market to go down. You need gold, oil prices to go down. And you look at crude. Where is she? There she is. Certainly looks like it's due for more of a bounce. And you get the Syrian situation getting worse. Straits of Hormuz, Iran. Oh, boy. Gold to me looks more like a long. Oil. Gold, I think to me, again, with the Japanese not adding more stimulus, with really talk about, and the Fed with their minutes not doing more, gold should break. Gold should break. Still worried about inflation, ECB. But again, looking at this euro across what Euro Canada, just collapsing here. And it looks like it wants to melt more. Closing a new multi-year low. This is a decade low. Probably more if I go back 30 years. Looks like death. We've only been waiting for this move for a year. How much did I do in it? Not much. I had to try buying it. But I do think that, again, this euro move, it looks like it's coming to an end. Euro sterling looks like it may have reversed a little bit. Maybe found some support. You don't see it there. But the 78.45 zone, 50 zone right here, big spot. A little higher now. But I just can't sell these here. I cannot sell it. I'm not backing the truck up, not with this euro. No freaking way. But, I mean, you look at this chart. I just don't see how you can be, pedal to the metal short. Not here. But it certainly looks terrible. I'd just rather buy the euro dollar. And again, you look at some of the other crosses. Dollar yen looking, interesting now on the weekly pace. Look at that nice wedge. Yeah, it's rolling over. If the S&Ps are breaking out, bond yields even ticking up a little. The one thing that worries me is the stimulus. They did not do more stimulus, and that is good for the yen. But this is a nice little wedge forming here. And you would think at some point, if yields can come back a little bit, and the U.S. economy is looking like it's turning back a little bit, with these numbers, you could see a nice rally in dollar yen. Now, on the contra side on that, the numbers come out piss poor, which I think they're going to. And the stock market's basically not going anywhere to going down. This dollar yen could break, because technically this does not look very good. This is a multi-week close low. Barely took out previous week's lows. Looks like we're heading back down to 79.60 in this zone. But to me, the yen carries look a little bit better. Now we look at, well, we'll get to them. But dollar Canada, certainly almost a nice outside candle here to the downside. This 101 level is big. I do think Canada isn't doing that well, but I think that the Bank of Canada is going to be talking up their economy. I think Bank of Canada is probably going to obviously not raise rates, but say as soon as things sort of get a little better and stable, rates are going up. And I would think, this channel line here should hold 99. But the beginning of this week looks like set up for a rally. Big time. But I'm looking for reversal weeks. I am looking for reversal weeks. Absolutely. You look at this dollar Swiss. I love this thing short. I've been very bearish on this. Dead wrong. But I think we reversed nicely. Nice little shooting star there on the weekly chart. Dollar Swiss to me is a dead short. And I think should we take out 90? We could even make a run for 95. We take that out. We could be talking easy 92. That's 500 pips. Euro, we're talking 127. Not out of the realm of possibility on a snapback rally. The only thing is, it is the summer. And summer trading, do you get, 500 pip move? Probably not. But can we come down here to 95 this week? Absolutely. Can the euro get to 125? Sure. Why not? Sterling, with euro sterling going down, as we said, looks a lot better. Still couldn't get down to that 153 zone like we thought it would. Came in a little bit. Not much. But again, closing the week strong with euro sterling. Cable looks like, it looks good. And we take a look at the other weekly cable charts. Oh, baby. Well, except pound Swiss. To the moon. Gone. I still love it. I'm not leaving my wingman. I know it's broken out and I should be out of this thing, but what a joke. This whole move by the SMB is a freaking joke. They don't realize what they're doing. Well, no, they probably do. I'm the one trying to fight it. I still like this short. Even though we're broken out, I think this will be, weekly chart. Could we get to 160? I guess so. Could we get to 157? Sure. I mean, this thing is pretty broken out. To the moon. And there was monster resistance there. There's really nothing until here. That's 154. So that'll have to be the spot. Lovely. But I still do think it comes in. I think it ends the week. I think a lot of these pound trades, sterling yen, looks like a reverse a little bit to the upside. Pound Aussie, holding, surprisingly. These things lead the market a lot. At the top here, the market was still going down. And this thing was going down. Remember, this trade goes opposite the S&P. So if the S&P is going up, this thing should be going down. So if the S&P is really going to break out, you would think this thing melts down more. But it's not. It's sort of holding. Obviously, with the Australian number, and that killed things, but even pound Kiwi held up fairly well. Maybe this is the week they melt it. Easy. So look at this pound Kiwi. I don't know. Unless the stock market's going down, then I can't be long it. If the market's going up, I can't go long. Market reverses. This will be one of the first things I go after, that's for sure. Aussie made a nice comeback last week, even with the horrible, horrible number. as we nailed it. Unfortunately, risk is on. Stock market's going up. This thing looks like it might want to fill the gap. 104, 105. That would probably be an S&P at 1390. Lovely. They should be a big night. Listen, they're going to gap things up a little bit. Aussie's gapping up. Kiwi's gapping up a little bit. And, if they get follow-through, if they don't drill them, we could rally all the way through till tomorrow morning, and then it's going to be about Citibank. Yes, we have the numbers. Yes, we have retail sales. But like I said, to me, the numbers don't make a difference. If they're too bad, they'll be screaming for QE3, we're up. Dollar yen will be more the factor for the numbers. You get good numbers, dollar yen could fly. And the yens could be more of the longs. They all came back nicely. And again, remember, people, follow me on Twitter, Voice of Forex. Follow me on Facebook, Voice of Forex. 2 F's and of. Follow me on YouTube, Voice of Forex. And remember, I have a 1-week free trial to my service. Try me out. And you know what's a nice add-on to my service, which I never even knew I had? I never knew I had it. You can call in. So if you're in your car and you're going to miss my recap and you want to hear it live and text the room with questions, oh, baby, you can do that. I think that's a pretty cool feature. So you can always be connected as long as you have your cell phone via voice or chat video. I love it. So, again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, info@globalfxllc.com. And, again, getting back to these yens, you would think, again, they're going to be predicated on the numbers. And we got a big week in U.S. numbers. Yes, retail sales is big, but, again, in my opinion, Philly Fed, Empire Manufacturing, Bernanke testimony, Beige Book. I believe we get CPI Canada at the end of the week. That's going to be big for them. Thursday, obviously, unemployment claims. But the beginning of the week is big. Lots of data. Lots and lots of data. And that's it. So, again, a lot of stuff over the weekend. I do think we start the market out strong. I think this euro, if we go to a little shorter term chart like the hourly, trying to break out here, broke this whole downtrend channel. And the move happened on Friday on no news, which is good. That when you get that kind of move that holds on no real news, it's real. And more good news is coming out. Or something's coming out for sure. And it looks to me like 123 easy, if not 123.60 in this zone. And then you do your Fibonacci. That 123.50, first line of defense. Only 100 pips from here. And again, that 125, you would think. And again, remember that July 19th German vote is big. And, there was a China story, by the way, over the weekend. Forgot to mention that. I don't think the story really meant anything. They said the engine really hasn't started, but they're still okay. Long-lasting. Well, how are you supposed to know about long-lasting in this environment? And you look at this Aussie. Trying to break out of this whole downtrend channel. Monster spot. Taking out the golden retracement, which is pretty big, which means we could be looking at easy to the moon. All right, so again, if you're prefer to email me at info@globalfxllc.com. Have a great week, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this muggy, cloudy weekend. Just lovely. Watch those headlines. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need who truly loves to make you money. Oh, boy. Big night ahead.